Diana Dors was born in Swindon, Wiltshire, England on October 23, 1931, to Albert Edward Sidney Fluck, a railway clerk, and Winifred Maud Mary. The town was far from the glitz of the silver screen, but in the heart of young Diana, dreams of glamour were taking root. However, her entry into the world was as dramatic as her future life on screen. Her mother, caught in the scandal of a torrid affair, wrestled with the mystery of Diana's paternity. This was only the prelude to Diana's dramatic birth, which saw both mother and child almost lose their lives during a grueling week-long labor. Emerging victorious from her tumultuous introduction to the world, Diana was treated like a star from a young age. Her parents encouraged her interest in the performing arts, dressing her in fancy attire and enrolling her in dance lessons. Frequent trips to the movie theater ignited Diana's passion for film, where screen sirens like Jean Harlow and Lana Turner became her idols. This early immersion into the world of glamour was the catalyst for Diana's pursuit of fame. Diana's academic life was far less illustrious than her dreams. She attended Selwood House, a private school run by the straight-laced sisters Daisy and Ruth. But with dreams of stardom dancing in her head, academics took a back seat. However, the elocution lessons she received at school became a stepping stone towards her future career. Diana's mature, seductive voice, along with her early physical development, gave her an air of sophistication beyond her tender years. Not content with a slow climb to fame, the ambitious Diana decided to explore her journey. At the tender age of 13, she entered a beauty contest for Soldier magazine, disguising herself as a 17-year-old. Despite being underaged, her voluptuous figure and mature demeanor won her the third place. This experience taught Diana a valuable lesson. She could manipulate the system to her advantage. Leveraging her newfound confidence and cunning, Diana began booking modeling gigs and local theater roles, but she realized that to truly make it big, she needed formal training. Once again, she used her age-defying looks and lied about her years to enroll at the prestigious London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, LAMDA. Despite the challenging curriculum, Diana remained committed, honing her craft and inching closer to her dream of becoming a star. Diana excelled at LAMDA, receiving honors for her performances of Shakespeare and winning the London Films Cup, an award recognizing the girl most likely to succeed in films. These accolades caught the attention of casting director Eric Lapine Smith, who cast her in her first professional role in The Shop at Sly Corner when she was only 15 years old. Despite not receiving credit for the role, Diana was happy to finally have her foot in the door of the film industry. However, Diana realized that she needed a stage name. Her mother suggested Dors, her maternal grandmother's maiden name, and thus, Diana Fluck became Diana Dors. With this change, she embarked on a career destined to make cinematic history. However, behind the scenes, Diana was grappling with the high cost of living in London. To supplement her income, she took up a job as a photographic model with the London Camera Club, even though it sometimes involved modeling in the nude. With her parents' blessing, she went ahead with this job, undeterred by the challenges. To polish her persona, Diana attended the Rank Charm School at 15, where she received lessons in charm, etiquette, and grace. Despite her distaste for the lessons, they paid off in publicity. It was during this time that she earned the nickname The Body, setting the stage for a reputation that would rival Hollywood's biggest stars. Diana's voluptuous figure and platinum blonde hair led to comparisons with Marilyn Monroe, earning her titles like the Siren of Swindon, the Hurricane in Mink, and the Blonde Bombshell. The press capitalized on the similarities between the two women, sparking a rivalry that would last throughout their careers. Despite her rising fame, she faced obstacles. Her first lead role in the movie Diamond City was a box office failure. Yet, as her career faced a setback, her personal life took a dramatic turn. After a 2-year relationship with businessman Michael Caborn Waterfield, she met Dennis Hamilton. After a whirlwind romance, they decided to marry, despite attempts by Michael to sabotage the wedding. Dennis and Diana's wedding was far from a fairy tale. They were broke, and the guests had to pay for their own meals. Dennis, ever the opportunist, exploited the event for publicity, turning what should have been a private affair into a media circus. This was just one of the early warnings of the tumultuous relationship that lay ahead, hinting at the trials and tribulations Diana would face in her journey to stardom. As an actress, Diana was largely seen as an object of desire, a path her husband Dennis readily propelled her on. This was not a marriage of love, but a business relationship designed to profit Dennis. Coercing Diana to participate in the notorious casting couch practices, Dennis pushed the actress into a world of shady dealings and constant scrutiny. To keep Diana's name in the headlines, Dennis deployed a series of publicity stunts. The most notable among these was when he made Diana, who didn't know how to drive, the youngest registered owner of a Rolls-Royce. However, that was just the tip of the iceberg. As the popularity of 3D pictures rose, Dennis saw another opportunity to cash in. Thus, Diana released 2 provocative picture books, causing significant scandal yet also drawing public attention. But beneath all this glare, Diana was setting herself up for a fall. When Diana ventured into Hollywood, the cracks in her life began to show. A failed 3-picture deal with RKO and a disastrous party incident marked the beginning of the end of her marriage with Dennis. This series of unfortunate events would soon lead Diana to a crossroads. Despite the pain and humiliation, Diana found the courage to escape from Dennis. However, her freedom came at a high cost, forcing her into a corner. She had to find a way to bounce back, and she did it in style. She turned to the cabaret, touring around Britain with the Dors show. Not only did she manage to reinvent herself, but she also found new love in comedian Richard Dawson. This seemed like a new start, but life had other plans. However, Diana wasn't one to give up. Despite professional setbacks and personal crises, she decided to change her course, and she did it in the most unexpected way, with a TV show. The success of the Diana Dors show breathed new life into her flagging career. She also made a notable impact in films, earning praise for her performance in Yield to the Night. But her career was far from smooth sailing. She continued to face a series of ups and downs in her career. However, she leveraged her past image to find roles in adult comedies and sitcoms. But it was not just her acting that kept her in the headlines. Diana's love for luxury, especially mink, and her wild parties were legendary. She even turned these aspects of her life into a profitable venture, authoring several memoirs that detailed her escapades. But underneath all this glamour, Diana was a devout Catholic. Despite her tumultuous love life, Diana didn't shy away from marriage. She found love again in actor Alan Lake, and despite the drama that ensued, they stayed together until her death. But Diana's greatest love was for her children. Diana's journey to motherhood was fraught with heartache and scandal. Her life took a tragic turn when she had to undergo 3 abortions, the first of which almost cost her life. However, she went on to become a mother to 3 sons. Despite the many trials and tribulations in her life, she never lost her spirit. Even when she battled health issues and gained weight, she found a way to turn it into an opportunity. However, her time was running out. Her protracted struggle with ovarian cancer came to a melancholic end on May 4, 1984. At just 52, she bade farewell to the world, leaving behind her husband, Alan, and 3 sons. The youngest of her children was only 14 at the time. Her departure came with a pang of additional sorrow as her career was experiencing a resurgence. Her last movie, Steaming, was unveiled around this time. Yet even with her departure, the tempest that was her life had not yet subsided. The shockwaves of her passing had barely faded when another tragedy struck her family. Just 5 months later, her husband Alan succumbed to his own inner demons and ended his life. This jarring incident not only sent shockwaves through their close-knit circle, but also left a lingering question. Despite her illustrious career, Diana's official estate was surprisingly meager. However, according to their son Mark, the truth was far from the official narrative. Diana had supposedly stashed away a fortune of around £2 million in various banks across Europe. But how to uncover this hidden treasure? Mark's quest for his mother's secret fortune was no simple matter. Diana had reportedly split the key to her treasure trove into 2 parts. She gave one half to Mark, a cryptic piece of paper, and the other to her husband, Alan. Unraveling his part proved so difficult that Mark had to seek the help of forensic scientists and cryptologists. The twist in the tale? Alan's untimely death meant that his half of the key was lost forever, leaving the potential fortune's location a mystery.